My name is Oluchi, and I was born the first child in a family of 4. We were poor, struggling every day to make ends meet. My father, a cruel and selfish man, seemed to care more about adding to our suffering than improving our lives. Every year, my mother would give birth to another child, a burden that made our already difficult situation even worse. Despite my mother's sacrifices, my father was always angry, always blaming her for the struggles that we faced. When my mother was about to give birth to her 5th child, she passed away. I was devastated, but life only grew harder. My father even grew more abusive, lashing out at us, his children, and constantly bringing new women into our home. He married one of them, and from then on, our lives became a living nightmare. They both would beat us for the slightest mistake. My father's debts kept growing, and he borrowed money just to impress others. One day, a man named Mr. Ugo came to our home and demanded his money. "Where is my money?" he asked angrily. "I've been waiting for 3 months now." "Mr. Amadi, enough of this dodging." In his desperation, my father was just a bicycle repairer and a farmer. He called me and told me that I had to follow Mr. Ugo home. He said I should marry him to ease his burdens. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I refused, but my father yelled at me, insisting that I had no choice. I was heartbroken, but I packed my things and followed Mr. Ugo, hoping that someday everything will be fine. I'm a 20-year-old girl who don't know anything about marriage. My parents did their best, but they failed in their marriage. How do I cope with Mr. Ugo? I barely know him. How will my siblings cope with my dad? Dear Lord, help me. 4 days later, Mr. Ugochukwu took me to the city. I had never seen anything like it before. The city was alive, bright and beautiful, so different from the dusty village I had known all my life. We arrived at a lovely estate, and Mr. Ugochukwu told me that he worked as a security guard for a woman he called his madam. Immediately we got to the city, Mr. Ugochukwu took me to a beautiful boutique to get some new clothes and a new hair. "Please, be a good girl here," he said. "I live in the boys' quarters, and my madam is a good woman. I'm just a guard, but she is kind-hearted." As I stayed there with Mr. Ugo, I noticed how peaceful and quiet the place was. No shouting, no fear. I could finally breathe. One morning, Mr. Ugo made me breakfast and told me that he wanted to introduce me to his madam as his new wife. I was nervous, but I went along. When I met Ugo's madam, she greeted me warmly. "You look like a good girl," she said with a smile. "Welcome to our home, Oluchi." In no time, I started to work for my husband's madam as a cook. Everyone loved my meals, and for the first time, I felt appreciated. I felt safe. No more beating, no more shouting. I could finally be myself. 2 months later, the madam's son, Josiah, returned from London. He was handsome, charming, but a bit arrogant. When he first saw me in the kitchen, he said, "Who are you? And why are you so beautiful?" I smiled and replied, "I'm Ugo's wife. I cook and clean for your mother." Josiah laughed and said, "How can you be this beautiful and marry that poor man? Marry me instead, and I'll spoil you with everything you've ever dreamed of."